Hi there, I'm Alisha Laventure. The time right now is 6:20. Let's take a look at some of the headlines.
The victims of the terror attacks are slowly being identified.
A massive protest planned tonight against Common Core.
You know what this is? Part of the front bumper of the car that was left behind after crossing the median.
These are 2x4 planks of wood that were nailed into the top of the house. You can see the nails. Sandy ripped them right off.
What are they telling you about this? What's their reaction to all of this?
75% said yes, they should close. One in particular explains in her own words what it was like to hear the house next door go boom. The second suspect coming up with his face covered.
La Gran Parada Dominicana del Bronx is underway.
You've caucused with the Democrats. You've even served as a town supervisor as a Republican. Who do you think got you this win tonight?
The X-Wing. They get to see the TIE Fighter. They get to see the full trailer for the newest Star Wars film hitting theaters later this year, The Force Awakens.
You're in the middle of a text.
Who, me? I'm in the middle of a show, Stone. I'm reading
You know
headlines,
what? Bill is distracted while droning during the commercial break.
Yes.
With his helicopter.
Check it out on Facebook and you'll see what we're talking about.
Myra Sandoval was hysterical when a reporter showed her pictures of her son's charred flesh branded over and over again with a potato masher.
Imagine this being put on a hot stove and then taking it to stamp a human being.
For 24-year-old Eduardo Sandoval, this was a reality. A family spokesperson says behind this charming facade was a torture chamber.
He was brought here to be cared for, and instead he was tortured.
But with a severe case of autism that leaves him with the mental capacity of a 2-year-old, Eduardo couldn't tell his mother who at the Leaks and Watts group home abused him.
One supervisor was blaming the other supervisor. Therefore, the case was dropped.
On Monday morning, the family attorney filed a civil suit against Leak and Watts, accusing the staff of assault and battery and negligence.
Supervision of this facility is responsible for what happened to this young man at the hands of its employees.
Several people who live in the neighborhood tell me they've heard some questionable noises coming from inside the group home, but they say they've seen even more disturbing activity outside.
He was in my backyard naked. They had him in my backyard.
We tried to talk to someone at the state-funded home. No one answered, but a spokesperson sent us this statement. Leak and Watts has zero tolerance for abuse and neglect of the people we serve. We took full and decisive action in terminating the employment of the staff who we believe were involved.
When someone can't communicate what's been done to him, it's very easy for people to get away with a crime. We're not going to allow that.
In Gun Hill, Alisha Laventure, News 12 The Bronx.
150 miles on foot to raise $150,000 for cancer research.
This is the hardest and longest one I've ever done.
Eva Casal is an ultramarathoner, and this is her goal. The starting point, downtown Manhattan. The finish line, Montauk.
A lot of people said I was crazy.
She's dedicating each mile she runs to a child with cancer.
And their strength will help me get through the day.
8 a.m. Friday morning, the Leukemia Lymphoma Society's Manhattan office.
Go team!
Eva and her crew take off. She blasts across the Brooklyn Bridge. She makes it to Nassau in no time. Supporters tag in and out along the way. As dusk sets in, I suit up and join her in Amityville.
It's a little frigid out.
I have a lot of layers on and we have a lot of clothes in the car.
12 hours later, Eva closes in on her first 50 miles. A caravan of trucks escorts her to Bayshore High School. The temperature hovers around 40 degrees, but Eva's stride is strong.
She does it like the Energizer Bunny.
Cancer patient Bob McIntyre welcomes Eva, one of many with a diagnosis.
Chronic lymphocytic leukemia.
Stage 2B Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Acute lymphoblastic leukemia.
They join members of the Bayshore community who banded together to present Eva with a check
for $1,373.
You're the greatest.
After a few good luck hugs and kisses, Eva pounds the pavement yet again.
Where do you say we go run?
Yeah.
She endures through the night. At some points, a headlamp is all she has to light the path ahead. 2 a.m. Sunday, the grueling journey takes its toll.
My legs did, get tight at the point to cramp up. Mentally, it was starting to get to me.
But a car that follows close by carries the names of 98 sources of inspiration.
We would, call out the child's name and say who we're running for this mile.
Gabrielle Anderson ran overnight alongside Eva.
The only thing that kept me going was her.
Having slept only 4 hours, Eva makes it to Montauk, just 10 miles to go.
My feet have blisters on them. I know they have tons of blisters.
On her last mile, her thoughts are centered on one person.
We lost one child in particular last year that was a patient hero.
10-year-old Julia Wilson from Rocky Point.
Eva!
But it's the memory of Julia that helps Eva find her kick.
It was instant tears the second she broke away.
55.5 hours later, Eva caps her 3-day ordeal with a sprint through the finish line. Supporters honor her with mementos of her remarkable achievement.
I can't begin to thank them enough for being here, for supporting me.
She's not Woman of the Year, she is the Woman of the Century.
Alisha Laventure, News 12 Long Island.
25 years, can you imagine? It really impresses me.
Mario Musi is the president of the Wantagh Deaf Senior Center.
I'm so happy to see all of you here today.
Each year, he hosts nearly 200 members of the local deaf community at the Westbury Manor.
The deaf community is really small when you think of the whole world. So many of them don't live in this area. They live far. One person came from 200 miles away.
But they make the trek for the WDSC's annual holiday party, the deaf community's largest turnout on Long Island.
They see their friends and they communicate with each other. And this is one of the big times of the year that we can talk.
John Passarella lost his hearing as a child. He doesn't sign much, but that's changing since he joined the WDSC.
I learned sign language from them. It's broadened my perspective, and I'm really indebted to them.
Musi waves his napkin in the air to signal an announcement. The party is also an opportunity to acknowledge accomplishments within the deaf community. Take Niall DeMarco. He's the first deaf winner of America's Next Top Model.
We're so proud of him. And his grandparents, we're fortunate enough to have here today. Oh, I wanted to come here, enjoy myself every year. Staying home gets lonely.
Anita Marino's been coming to the holiday party for 20 years.
I have holidays with my family, but this is my second family, my friends.
And my favorite part of any holiday party? The Christmas carols.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
In Westbury, Alisha Laventure, News 12 Long Island.